My name is Fani Willis. You spell that F-A-N-I. Last name is Willis. I came to Atlanta to attend Emory Law School back in 1993 after graduating from Howard University. When I came to Emory, it honestly provided every opportunity I hoped it would. I was able to win the National Moot Court there for the first time in history, and it just gave me a wide range of experiences and prepared me very well. I also have defended a murderer because my first job out of law school was at a small law firm right here on Cleveland Avenue. And I did that for some time, and I always say that was the type of law firm that we did what came through the door with some money law. And the reason I say that is because when you're in a small firm, you have to serve that community. And you serve that community in all different types of cases. We had to serve them if they needed a divorce, if someone was charged with a crime, if there's a bond hearing, if they had a small contractual dispute with a neighbor. Those were the type of cases that we took. And so that was the first stop in my career, and I always say that was better experience than I even realized at the time, because it just took all fear away because you had to go and do the job. From there, I went into sole practice, where I worked everywhere from Douglas County through Fulton County for some years, and mainly did juvenile court law, but certainly served the citizens of Fulton County during that time period, because that was a lot of my client base, because I had left this for Fulton County firm. Went from there to the city of Atlanta as a solicitor, where I served for about 18 months doing city ordinances and arguing about preliminary hearings and murder cases. And then I went to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, where I had been for the last 16 years, 4 months, and 4 days. I resigned on February the 28th, and the reason I resigned is because I wanted to commit to doing this full time. I didn't want anyone to accuse me of doing something unethical, making deals on cases while you're trying to run a campaign. And so I decided that it was in my best interest to just commit to this and, kind of step out on faith. While at the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, I have literally tried every case known. I've tried the longest case in Georgia's history. I've tried RICO cases, I've tried domestic cases, burglaries, anything you can name, I have tried. I have tried probably close to 200 trials at this point in my career. I also supervised the absolute largest division of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office and had 25 lawyers that reported to me. Those lawyers were responsible for what I call all the bread and butter cases. That's everything from aggravated assault, drug trafficking, and to armed robberies. You don't need to leave Fulton County to find out how to do this job right. You need to serve it. And my whole career has been spent serving it. We do have different judges, and I can't tell you that all of them are the judge that I emulate to be. So the reason I decided to run for this position, because quite frankly, I love being a trial lawyer. I'm very good at it. But I saw 3 things that really troubled me while serving the citizens of Fulton County, and they motivated me to run. The first was, we have a certain section of judges that are creating what's called a backlog calendar. A backlog calendar is a few of the judges haven't gotten to their cases. And so now Fulton County is paying senior judges to come in and try cases that are 5 and 6 years old because judges didn't get to them. That is not a service to the victim. That is not a service to the defendant. And that is not a service to the community at large. It is hard for a private citizen to be able to find witnesses 5 years later. And because of my experience, I was the one that was stuck with trying a 5-year-old murder, where they can't find the witnesses. It just did a disservice to the community where I lived. The second reason I decided to run is because all the judges aren't perfection. Some are very respectful and some are very nice. I'm not talking about judges that hold you to the fire and say you have to meet your deadlines. But I watched a few take what I thought was personal attacks, both on citizens and on litigators. And I thought that was completely inappropriate and not necessary and didn't serve the community at large. And so then that motivated me. The third motivation, quite frankly, is I've been a single mother for the last 18 years, and so I've been a public servant, and I certainly was paid a fair salary. But being in that position, I live in South Fulton, I have a nice home, and I started to see that different demographics, it seemed to be more important if your door was kicked in some places than the other. And that shouldn't be that way. Lady Justice really should be blind. And so I kind of decided it was like voting. At some point, if you don't vote, you don't get to complain anymore, because you didn't participate in the process. And so if I did not offer myself up for public service, to the bench that he is absolutely right. I've been through a divorce. When you're going through a divorce, you don't want to wait 3 years because there's a backlog and a judge didn't come do their job. I've also represented people in a divorce, and I know how stressful that is for you. And so you should have a judge that has the qualifications, that has had a little civil and a little criminal, but you don't need to run to another county to get it. You can stay right here and serve the citizens of this county, and that is what I've done my entire career. When I am elected judge, I will not be a judge that creates a backlog. I will not be outworked. I will be there every day making sure that cases are handled in an efficient manner so that the victim can get the justice that they need, that the defendant can get the justice and the fair trial that they need. I have had civil experience. I will make sure when I am in that section of family law that those cases are moved efficiently, because I know personally and through watching it how difficult of a time in your life that is. I will be the judge that works hard, will not be outworked, and I will also make sure that Lady Justice really is blind, and that it is not based on anything but the facts and the law that are before us. And it will be important that everywhere that is affected by crime in Fulton County is treated fairly, and that people are given the chances that they need. I've been here in the trenches for 22 years, seeing what's going on in our court system, and I would like to be part of the solution, and so I'm asking for your vote. Please don't wait till May 22nd, on April the 30th.
Thank you. Let's give them all a round of applause. You are dismissed.